And in our top business story, Emaar's net profit rose 11% in 2015 to reach 4.08 billion dirhams, up from 3.66 billion the year before. Full year 2015 net operating profit hit 4.383 billion dirhams. That's 18% higher than 2014, while full year 2015 revenue hit 13.661 billion, 33% higher than in 2014. The shopping malls and retail and hospitality and leisure businesses recorded recurring revenues of 5.788 billion dirhams, representing 42% of the total revenue and 8% higher than 2014. Revenue from international operations of Emaar increased by 46% to 2.620 billion dirhams, accounting for 19% of total revenue. Emaar's net operating profit for the final quarter in 2015 was 1.335 billion dirhams, 58% higher than Q3 2015 figures and 28% higher than the same period the year before. Mohammed Al-Abar, the chairman of Emaar Properties, stated that the expansion of their flagship downtown Dubai, which will see the opening of Dubai Opera this year, and their joint venture mega developments such as Dubai Creek Harbour and Dubai Hills Estate will further contribute to the smart and sustainable urban infrastructure of the city. Government-backed RAK Properties recorded a 2.7% increase in net profit last year of 160 million dirhams, up from 155.7 million recorded in the previous year. The figures come as the Abu Dhabi listed company handed over villas at its 10 billion dirham Mina Al Arab complex. Revenues grew by 23% in 2015, increasing to 367.8 million dirhams from 297.8 million a year earlier. RAK posted a 56% drop in profit for the first half of the year off the back of lower sales in July. Around 8,000 new hotel rooms are expected to open in the next 5 years over in the capital. That's according to a senior official at the Abu Dhabi Tourism and Culture Authority. It was stated that Abu Dhabi is planning to focus on visitors from India, China, Africa and the Arabian Gulf in order to compensate for a fall in Russian tourists. The TCA Abu Dhabi figures show that 8 hotels and hotel apartments were opened in the capital last year, taking the total room count to 29,760, up 4.6% from the year ending 2014. The executive director at the TCA Abu Dhabi, Sultan Al Daheri, noted that the additional supply before Expo 2020 will drive rates down. But with ongoing attractions on Saadiyat and the expansion of Etihad Airways, demand is expected to meet up with supply. He also mentioned that a strong US dollar and economic slowdown globally are currently affecting spending and as well as the duration of stay. But to compensate for the loss, they are trying to build a healthy mix of leisure, corporate and meetings, incentives, conferences and events segments. It was also revealed that in the coming 2 to 3 years, the Abu Dhabi Convention Bureau will focus more on education, health and energy sectors in the event space in order to attract more visitors to the Emirate. Students at the American University of Sharjah can now get a first-hand experience of the financial world with the opening of a new high-tech interactive trading floor. The new floor, which is located at the AUS School of Business Administration, comes as welcome news to the students and faculty members, with over 24 computers replicating those of banks and leading financial firms. The learning space is expected to provide the students with practical knowledge with the industry software, which provides them with live feeds and analytical tools. Funded by HSBC, officials from the bank added that through the ITF, they aim to narrow the gap between theory and practice, as well as a valuable insight of the global markets. The new lab can be accessed by all finance students at the university, and many of them regard it as an internship due to the experience that it offers. Commenting during the opening ceremony, the students added that they will now be well equipped for building their careers.
These numbers and graphs, in the past, they have been very, very difficult to get because we don't have the platform such as Bloomberg to make the interface simple for us to collect the data for analysis. So for example, let's say we have a finance project and we need information. In the past, all we'd use is Google. But now that we have these softwares, we can get real-time and accurate data so that we can make accurate recommendations on what we think, for example, Emaar's valuation is going to be. Because we have this real-time data. Without it, maybe we wouldn't have been able to be as professional.
These softwares that are mostly updated, we have the opportunity to be live with the market. Everything that is happening, we have access to it. So we are more advanced than anyone who is following the news because we have the most recent news. And the software that we are using are the, as you can see, it's what HSBC is using right now. So I can't wait to come to get my Bloomberg certificate. I started with it, in fact, and even when I applied for my different jobs, they told me if you would have the Bloomberg certificate in your CV, it would it would make the process of hiring you easier because people lack this and we need this to find in people.
We begin with accessing raw data, just a summary of all of what is going on in the financial markets today, and then we look at the trends, we analyze charts, we look at expert opinions, and we try to put them all together. It's a mixture of things that will lead us to successful trade.
Right now we're not dealing with money, but we're just observing the market. Like right at this moment, the DFM market, Dubai Financial Market, is open right now, so we can see the fluctuations, so it's actually live. And you can relate it, for example, to oil prices, to gold prices, and you can see what happened to those prices. You can also access news, which is not on the internet, like it's more specific, yeah, and yeah, it helps us to know more stuff, yeah.
According to the director of the AUS Interactive Trading Floor, the computers are equipped with Bloomberg terminals, Capital IQ and Thomson Reuters, among others, which can cost up to 34,000 dirhams, similar to the ones used over in Wall Street. It was added that this is a tried and tested learning experience in the West, and it was about time that it was introduced to the region.
A trading floor like this costs around $300,000 to $400,000 a year to run, a just standard trading floor. Bloomberg terminals that you have in front of you right now cost $35,000 each per year. We have 24. Of course, Bloomberg is providing academic discounts to us, but nevertheless, we are better equipped than corporations on Wall Street. From a theoretical perspective, formula is very nice, but it has its limitations in the real world. Now, if you only study from a book, you will never know what these limitations are. And these limitations bring questions, further questions. This is what we do here. We expand the knowledge that they learn from books into the real world.